Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another couch video. Star Game. Star Game. Now I said I was going to introduce something that'll probably be coined. And it's not quite body game. Like you could have a good body. I always recommend having a great body no matter what you do because of it as the foundation. And it depends on where you at, whether you could call it part of a money thing. And the closest it would be to, as far as what people think popularly, is status. And even then it depends. On which area. Now, what is Star Game? Star Game is simply you are the top dog. You are the star in a particular area which a woman is a fan of. Now, I learned that back in high school, because in high school I was in a couple of Christmas shows. We would do like some funny skits and everything. And even though I went to an all-male school, we had plenty of groupies. In fact, that was a star thing in itself. I'm gonna get into that in a second. But it's just being in a certain place, you're a certain star. Like I said, it's closest to status. Remember, I always said money and status, it plays a place. But just to be clear, for certain people, I still take body game over it, because body game is about turning on a woman sexually. But getting a woman interested in you, which could lead to sex, that's star game. That's star game. And you got to actually have a little bit more strategy with regard to that. But it's basically taking like a woman, you in a certain thing that a woman finds interesting. Now, I was using an example when I was in high school. I noticed, we had plays where we would get women from other schools to perform a part of them, and then definitely girls from other schools who were coming to the shows. I got a lot of attention. They're like, yeah, Ron was good. Or I saw you in that play or something. And so that was like a star thing. And then with the high school I was at, all I had to do was go to a particular party, something, and say, oh yeah, I went to Carroll. Boom. That was like a star thing. Back then, just saying you went there, it was like you were a star. You went to Carroll. We had those good sports teams and stuff. Like I say, it's closest to status, but it's not the same as status like somebody's rich on top of the pyramid. It's within a specific area that women are interested in, right? It's like it could be going to an expo or something, and you're presenting something on stage to people, and it could be whatever, and you just you're the star of the show, or you're the host of the show or something. Or like I say, it's not always about money. You could be like, you get a lot of guys. I knew some young guys, they had like bands, and it was like, why are you in a band? Or it gets girls. They entertained by it. In fact, you get a lot of guys who get into, they're musicians and stuff, and they do that. They get a few people, but the woman likes that. And it could be whatever. Just being a writer has gotten me some play. Even when I wasn't like hitting the gym as hard, because just over the years, as much as I promote the gym, there would be periods for whatever reason I can't get in there the way I want. But even then, the body might not have been as tight, but when I was vending as a writer, boom. And even now, if I were to go out and, put some stuff on, do some vending, that would still be part of the star game, because the person specifically interested maybe in the fiction or whatever. I mean, it goes across the board. Now, say, put on something nice, you could be a part of it. You go into an event, you could be a poet or something. But whatever you do, one thing, when you do go out, you gotta have some good smells on you. Like this episode is sponsored by Jaylon's Oils and More. Jaylon's Oils and More. Look, just as an aside, I don't care what you do, body game, star game, Shoot, even if you really think money and status works that well, when you interacting with the woman, you gotta hit the nose. You gotta have some good smells on you. Check out Jaylon's Oils and More, because one of the things with it is, like, some people might use cologne, some people might use oils. You got that smell good. Now, he got some good stuff here. Good, check him out. He got some good stuff. I actually tested this out. I tested it out with some women, you know, saw a couple lady friends. I said, hey, you know, a couple, I said, hey, check out what I got on. They like, oh yeah. And one I was just chatting with, I wasn't even thinking about like testing it out, but I still had the stuff on. And she's like, hey, what's that? Then you get that little bit extra hug there. So definitely check out Jaylon's Oils and More. Yeah, because even when you play in that star game, you need to smell good. So check this stuff out. You know, he got, and these are just a few of the things. His information is in the description box. So the thing with star game is it depends. See, it's very important. It gotta be something that a woman is a fan of. It gotta be something that a woman is of. That's the key. Like even on YouTube, let's be real. There's some YouTube content creators. They know they've gotten some play just by being a YouTube content creator. Now let's be clear. Even it's not the same as body game. They might look all right, but it's not the same. And it's not the same as having money. I mean, how many YouTube content creators really make that much money? And, you know, like I said, it's closest to status, but let me break down something. One thing with status, a woman is going for a man, when a woman is going for a man with regard to status, it has to be a situation where she can be seen out in public with him. But with star game, it could be kind of undercover. Because like I've known of women who would sleep with musicians, and musicians that would tell me, DJs, they would say, yeah, this woman just like my tunes. Writers, being a writer, oh, I know about that well. You know, you could be a poet. Now, come on now, do poets make that much money and people know who they are, except within that circle? See, that's the key thing. You got to be a star in that area that a woman finds interesting. Because understand something, a woman is turned on visually. She's definitely turned on visually, what she feels, but she's turned on also emotionally. She's turned on emotionally, you know. Like the last week I was talking about the whole, some pastors are players. You get a woman really into the church, she's turned on, she could be turned on by that choir director, you know. Because he's a star, or that star singer, that you know, that star preacher, that plays a part there, you know. And she's not being with him publicly. She ain't getting any money from him. She's just turned on by it. Because understand something, women emotionally affects their womb. In fact, that's the preacher and pimp game anyway. That's how the mouthpiece comes into it. But so what affects her? Now, if she's a fan of writers, now that's something I particularly found. Now, when I first started writing and I was doing all this vending, I wasn't making money at first. You know, I was just making just enough for gas in some cases. But the women were a fan of just being a writer, you know. And one of the things with it, you know, because I always promote the physicality and all of that, as long as you're in decent shape, that's the thing. That should be a basic. Be in decent shape. And then be able to communicate and represent what you do. Because that's why you get some, like a lot of professions, stuff like that. They all got groupies. They all got groupies. The women are literally turned on by that because they are so interested in that particular field. Now, if you're a star in that field, boom. Let me say that again. Boom. Like, and this is why, and you know what, I've talked before about a man mastering his craft. Actually focusing on that craft, a particular craft, can help you get the type of woman you want. Even now, as much as I promote body game, Many of the women who find me attractive, they like that I'm a writer. Let me say it again. They like that I'm a writer. I've had women, they've read my books. They were excited by it. They were turned on how, got with the, explained the characters and everything. So that's something. That's something right there. And in fact, I've known some writers, they were getting played because they were stars in that field. And then, musicians, people like that. Comedians. I know one of my loyal supporters, he's big on that. You get a woman, she's a fan of going to comedy clubs and stuff. She got that favorite comedian, boom. Stars. Like, work to be a star in something. Yeah, definitely hit the gym and all of that, but let's be real. Let's be real. To get that tight body is definite work. And you still want to be in the best shape possible, but work on your craft. Work to become a star in your field. And especially if it's a type of field, it's like dealing with entertainment or something like that where you get to interact with fans, boom. Like I said, even on YouTube, there's a lot of guys getting some play on YouTube. In fact, somebody had said it's almost like a dating site. And I'm saying some content creators, there's some content creators, I know they got some stories. So anyway, Star Game. Definitely check it out. It's legit. It's legit. And it's like and let's be real about something. One of the things is, I know some people be talking about like the Chads, Tyrones and stuff. They ain't enough to go around. Even alpha showpieces, not enough to go around. And then women are still moved by their emotion. So if they like something, they like a particular area, and you a star in that area, you got a chance. So anyway, that's all I got for today. And y'all definitely check out Jaylon's oils and more. The link is in the description box. So anyway, y'all, get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.